Have you ever committed a mistake? Well, I have. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris, and this is day 21 of my 90-day challenge where I talk about life in general and talk about how we can grow in our skills, particularly in our speaking skills, in our presentation skills, because we believe that this is an essential skill that we need to build for us to become better persons, become better leaders, become better entrepreneurs or employees, again, become better persons in general. Hi to those who are joining us. Hello. Hello, Mom Pearl. Hello, Vaughn, Eric. Hello, Lopez Floresca. Hello, everybody. And today we're going to answer that question: what should you do when you make a mistake? And this is a very important question to answer, because oftentimes we are what Darren Tai would say, that we are very good in putting ourselves down and beating ourselves up. You know, he was talking about his inner bully then, but it also applies to me, to you, when we make these mistakes and we are having this difficulty. And what should we do now? What should we do? And today, let me share with you three answers, three things that we can do when we commit a mistake. Number one, you and I need to learn from it. We need to learn from that mistake. That be live, that be a speech, that be a presentation. We need to learn from it. If that's a presentation, maybe you're thinking you should have started with this particular question or with this story, or you should have injected this humor, or this, you should have delivered this punchline very in a different way rather than what you did. And that's good to recognize that mistake, that it could have been done in a better way, and that's beautiful, that's good, and we'll learn from that, and we should learn from that. So we'll learn from it, but not to just go back to that and be chained or prisoned in that mistake. It has to be forward looking, and so we'll learn from that. How about in life? If we commit a mistake, then we will learn from it, because as they say that in life, that the test will be repeated if we don't learn from it. And you know, it's difficult to be in that situation. So we need to learn from it. Number two, we need to move on. Oh yes, we need to move on, because what people do is that they look back, they see the mistake. Yes, in their mind, it's like, okay, I learned from that, but then they're still living in that past, in that mistake. And I know that because I experienced that in my life. I committed a mistake, and I was living in that, and it's like it's a prison that I cannot break free from until I learned this lesson. We need to move on from it. How about in your speech or presentation? You know, I remember this seminar that I gave, my first time to give a talk or a session outside of Toastmasters, and I talked about public speaking, and I was so brave, I was so courageous to talk about public speaking with this new group of people, and it's my first time to talk outside Toastmasters. And then I gave that, and after that, the organizers asked for evaluation from the participants, and then I asked for the results of the evaluation. It was good, average, okay, very good, good, very good. And then came two comments. They said, "Oh, we should have invited a different speaker." And I was like, wow, I was hurt, you know. And there was another comment. It's obvious that the speaker is a first timer, and wow, it was true, but I was hurt, and she was true, because I made all these mistakes, that I had all this stack of papers in front of me then, and I knew I shouldn't have done that, but somehow I did it, and it was a mistake, even though I did my best to prepare. And because of those two comments, I knew that at the time I learned from that. That's step one, but I wasn't I was doing step two. I was living in that, and I was telling myself, shall I still continue? Shall I still continue giving trainings, giving talks? I made the mess. I made these mistakes, and I was in those, I was chained by those two comments for some days or even weeks, until I learned to move on. So yes, I learned from that. Learn from it. Next is to move on. To move on from that. And for you to do that, then you need to do step three. Step three is to move forward. To move forward. What will be your next steps now? Okay, you learn from this. Now you decided to move on. But oftentimes what you will be stuck in that because you're not moving forward. So you need to move forward. What's your next step? Okay, you made a mistake somehow in giving this story. Then your action step perhaps is to learn more about storytelling, about giving, about if it's a joke, if it's a humorous story. You ask that question. Okay, learn more on this. And that's what I did. From that experience that I learned, I decided that, okay, one of the things that they noticed that hurt me was that I had all these stacks of papers in front of me. And so I made a resolution then that, okay, I need to learn to be able to give a presentation or talk without those stack of papers in front of me. And that was my action step. I said, okay, let me develop the skill to be able to do that. And it helped me a lot through those years. It helped me to move forward, to move on from that, and learn from that. And it helped me grow as a person, as a presenter, as a speaker. And I know I still have a lot of things to work on. I still have a lot of things to improve on how we do things and how I speak, how I present. But that experience gave me a beautiful learning, a beautiful growth in that particular area of skill. And so, my friend, what mistakes have you committed? To those who just joined us earlier, like Dao-anis or Adams and Carl, hey, Officer Jolo and Joseph, thank you for the like. What mistake did you make? My question to you is, have you done these three things? Hi, Sister Neri. We learn from it, we move on from it, and move forward. I hope you'll do that. And if you're talking about life in general, of course, my example was in the context of developing yourself in public speaking. But I believe these three steps is applicable to any area of life, especially in life in general. And if you're a Christian, if you're a Catholic, today is Ash Wednesday, and it's a beautiful day to reflect upon the things that we've gone through, and to journey in the season of Lent as well, as we try to make amends of the things that of the mistakes that we've committed, not just mistake, but perhaps sins. Then we'll learn from it, we move on from it and move forward. And that's why we need to pray for each other, because I myself is in the journey, and I would like to grow from that as well. So yes, this challenge, this video, this sharing that I'm doing is on public speaking, but also in life in general. Have you committed a mistake? I think, and I believe it's not too late for you and me, for you and I, to learn from it, to move on, and to move forward. May God bless you, my friend. Thank you again for all those who joined us. Desanth May, Marcus, Sir Tops, Koya Tops, thank you, everybody. God bless you. I hope to see you tomorrow.